brought up in Northern Ireland. I was born in 1970, and childhood was very interesting because I grew up in quite a war-torn society, but I grew up in a very loving family. I left Northern Ireland when I was 22. I graduated from Queen's. I did a degree in politics. Then I moved to Holland and I lived there for 10 years. And then I left there in 2002 and moved to England, and I lived in Northamptonshire. And then I moved to Egham in 2018 to be with Steve. It was very scary because I had left a church where I had gained a lot of very, very deep, strong friendships. So it was a little bit scary, but I felt very welcomed. And and it's been my spiritual home for the last 2 years, and I love it. Well, I was brought up a Catholic, and in my teenage years I just moved away from faith because it just seemed to be a lot of hypocrisy and a lot of jumping through hoops. But I spent most of my 20s spiritually searching, and then when I was 32 I discovered that I went to a meeting, that's what it was, and I found faith at that meeting, and I haven't looked back. It really changed my life. I find a real relationship with God. I think it's how much I have been changed, and I know that it's got nothing to do with me. It's the transformation, it's the freedom that I found, it's the love and compassion that I find, and the fact that I can demonstrate that to others, and that others can know about it. You know, it's not just for me, it's for everyone, and that's amazing. I guess in the current global climate, I have been very sternly reminded that the gospel demands a social response. It demands action, and I feel quite stirred about that because I think, well, God, what do you want me to do? What do you want the church to do? And I don't want it to be something that's just a theory in my head or we talk about it at church. It demands a response. And for me, it's trying to work out what that response is. But I think corporately, even virtually, we are working out what that response should be. And I'm really excited about that because I think if we're not a church that's out there being visible, being a light to the world, then we're not doing what Jesus has asked us to do. So that's very exciting, but it's also scary because it's a responsibility.